been watching for you. Both former and present Protea players have been locked in meetings with Cricket South Africa management and its transformation committee over racism in South African cricket. At least 30 black players and coaches have come out in support of Lungi Ngidi and his call for the local cricket body to support the Black Lives Matter campaign. Now, CSA says it's developed a sustainable response to racial discrimination in the sport. A transformation ombud has been created under the leadership of independent director and head of transformation, Dr. Eugenia Kula-Ameyaw. The doc joins us now for more on this to give us a sense of what the plans are and what the way forward is. Doc, thanks very much for your time and welcome to the AM report. So let me start by asking, before Lungi Ngidi, before Makhaya Ntini and many other people started speaking out, was there no conversation, murmurs even, that there might be some players, black players that is, who are unhappy within the Proteas about the racial dynamics of the team?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity and morning to your viewers. I think here what you are addressing is timing. Even if they are not happy now, because there is no platform where they can complain. You will see the trend with Aswan Prince, with Makhaya Ntini and others. They are complaining post their career at Proteas. So it's best now we are creating an ombudsman that will make it possible currently for every player who plays at whatever level to be able to complain, to say, I feel there's discrimination here, there's this. So we are solving the problem rather than reacting. It's unfortunate that it had to take 10 years or more for people to complain. We take that Black Lives Matter, it was like a catalyst which created or forced the previous players to complain.
It's interesting you say that.
There are more, and we met with them yesterday.
Sure.
Thank you.
In 2013, there was actually a report on racial transformation in South African sport. And it found that, the response to some of the concerns were oversimplistic. There were quick fixes that were one-dimensional. And, in fact, it ignored the need for a multi-dimensional approach to the problem. So these aren't new issues, even if they're being aired out for the first time now. So the question becomes, why did it take so long to finally create this transformation ombud when the issues had been so glaring for at least from 2013? Okay,
thanks for that question. I think you appreciate that transformation is not an easy function and it takes decisive leadership. So I will not be able to respond about what happened then. I'm in the board for 2 months. By the grace of God, we were able to I developed the concept of cricket for social justice and nation building. And when we had a discussion with the players, ex-players yesterday, I said for this to succeed, we are committing, hence we are committing that by end of August, the office of the Ombudsman will be there with authority, like that of a public protector or any, like you see in the UCT, there's an ombudsman at UCT. So there will be that, but it's also us, the beneficiaries, the citizens, the nations. We don't hold leaders accountable. The critical success factor, which I shared with them yesterday, was that this will succeed provided you hold us accountable. And we intend forming a forum for ex-players. Because if people, they said, okay, you sit there, you're in the board for 3 years, and then after 3 years you leave, who would implement if it's not reminded? Okay, come and report in a quarter, where will you be? Where are you now after 6 months? It's accountability in my view, and I believe it's doable. With a concerted effort, and the board supports it, the members' council supports it. We are going to be speaking to sponsors in the next few days and other stakeholders. It's a concerted effort. The nation needs to rally behind this and want it to succeed.
And I'm sure there are many people who want to but haven't necessarily had the channels to do so. You speak about accountability and the board. CSA board chair, that's Chris Nenzani, has been quoted as saying that they're determined to pull out all the stops to ensure that healing takes place. What does that exactly mean? Is it an indication that you're willing to sack players who are found to have been guilty of racism, even those that are currently in the Proteas?
When you talk healing, first, let me try and explain it. People who are hurt, it's not only the players. We met them yesterday. One player was narrating his journey. I cried, I think, for a good 5 minutes. I cried. So if we had to heal the players, we need to heal the nation, which I'm part of. A lot of people are hating. When this happened, I got so many inboxes and WhatsApp, what are you doing? You know, others said I cried myself listening to the stories. I cried again yesterday listening to just one story. You know, so you need to heal the nation. And if you have to take decisive action, if you are wrong, maybe because I'm a believer, you need to repent, accept that you are wrong, and then you repent. So the board needs to just take a decision on people to say, we've done this with the TRC, but it's what happens beyond. I always say there's a saying in Afrikaans, lekker om te praat. It's easy to talk, but then we need to have a corresponding action, which I think this board has that, intent to make sure we deal with everything that has happened.
Dr. Eugenia, I hear that,
and move forward.
And I'm compassionate to what you're saying, but my question is still largely unanswered. If we find that there are Proteas players currently in the team who are guilty of racism, is there an undertaking, considering that you are so devoted to this healing process, to let those players go so that the players who are victims of this racism can undergo that healing process?
I think your question is like, someone is found guilty of killing someone, you must get a death sentence.
No,
obviously,
it's not the same thing.
Every case, allow me to say something.
Sure.
Every case will be looked at its own merit. Here, I'm a believer of restoration and rehabilitation. Because this thing is bigger than we think. It comes from families. Hence, we have a DIPS program, diversity, inclusion, and belonging. Then we are going to go to clubs and then even engage parents. So this is a systematic thing. You can just do one thing and think you've won or remove one person, but it's in the system, even from families. It shows the fiber of our society. You get it in bars, you get it in shops, mall, in wherever. So we want to deal with the proper root cause. So a quick fix is good, but I believe in, as a strategist, in the proper root cause analysis and deal with the root cause. It might take us longer and people must be held accountable. If I am saying that as a board and even the chairperson says so as the whole board, we must be held accountable. So obviously everybody in whatever level must be held accountable. But the merits of the case will be looked at because we're looking to restore the nation. If we speak restoration and healing, maybe a 60-year-old didn't know that to do this is racism. Then we have a program to teach them that diversity is include others. Everybody must have a sense of belonging. You, the colored, the black, and the white. So now it's a systematic thing. I think we could give the board an applaud for that. They are looking for something systematic, and it won't be an easy journey. Hence, we are engaging all stakeholders.
We're out of time.